Hey y'all, it's Spiritual Life Coach 43, and I'm here to do life coaching session number 18. It's called Break Generational Curses, Cycles, and Patterns, and all that. I haven't done a life coaching session in a while. If you're new to my channel, welcome and blessings. I'm a tarot card reader and a life coach. Today is March 19, 2021. For some reason, the life coaching sessions usually come out on Fridays. Not every Friday, but when Spirit moves me to do one. And I'm always happy to do these because this is the other part of who I am. You guys know I do tarot, and if you don't know, welcome to all the newcomers and to all my regular subscribers, viewers, and watchers. God bless you. I'm sending you so much love and light. Always, thank you so much for being here. If you've donated to my channel in any way, I really appreciate you. But like I was saying, I don't do these all the time, the life coaching sessions, but this is the other part of who I am. Yes, I am available for tarot card readings and life coaching sessions. Please read the description box below. But they are not phone readings right now. I have to get a new phone, you guys. My phone is just acting up, and I need a new phone first. But I can do email life coaching sessions and tarot card readings if it's necessary, um, or I could schedule it until I don't know. We'll work something out if it's that necessary. But I have shut down the phone readings for right now, even though it may say that at the bottom. I have not changed that, but I may just change it until I get my yeah, I probably will upgrade that until I get my new phone. But there's other ways to do things. If I need to, we can do it through email or text, but we'll figure it out. Just my email's below. Reach out if you need to, and I'll help you from there. But there's an interesting story, you guys, that goes with this particular life coaching session. So I was about to do readings. I was thinking about, okay, maybe I'll do a mid-month reading for all the zodiacs. And that night, which was yesterday, 3/18, Thursday night, I end up watching a tarot card reading from a reader. I don't know if she's newer or not. She goes by Walk in You Tarot. I believe her name is Alma. And once again, it's Walk in You Tarot. And she did this lottery quickie tarot reading. So basically, she'll do things like, all right, if you pick a letter from A to Z and you guess the letter, you get a quickie reading right there on the spot. Mine was a number. So she did this thing where it's like pick a number between, I think it was 1 and 20. The number was 15. I guessed 14, and I was the closest for some reason. Thank you, God, the Spirit. That's the reason. I knew I was going to win before I won. I could feel it. I said, I'm going to win. Just by whim, I logged on and this was live. This was a live stream, and you guys can go look it up if you want. It says Walk in You Tarot. It's called Lottery Quickie Tarot Reading 3/18. Okay. So if you're interested, look it up if you want to see my reading. It's live, and I'm definitely under Spiritual Life Coach 43. She called me SP, just to keep the name down because my username is kind of long, right? But anyways, she did this reading, and it was very deep and very emotional and everything like that for me. And she was very accurate. I do recommend her. Her readings are only $25 from what I've seen. A question if you need something quick, but if you see what quick is for her, you get a really thorough reading. I feel like it was at least 20 to 30 minutes. But you got and I keep watching it over and over again. I had to watch it again that night, and she was able to do two people's reading. And the other person reading, I don't know any of these people. She is not a reader I'm real familiar with. I was subscribed to her, but I had just started watching her. I think I watched her once or twice and then subscribed. But she was not like within my top 10. And I watch a lot of readers, but if I'm connected to the message, I will subscribe right away if it feels right to me, or if the message correlates, or if I just like her style. But I know I was divinely guided to her. Um, but I love it. I feel like I'll get another reading from her. I'm very particular about who does a reading for me. So I know that was definitely a gift from Spirit. Thank you, God. She did an awesome job. I do recommend her. Once again, her name is Walk in You Tarot on YouTube. Her name is Alma, and she was awesome. So if you guys want to see what she told me about, and I talk about a twin flame, and you guys will see if you're interested. But anyways, I was really supposed to be doing tarot card readings for you guys, and said I was getting one. Spirit gifted me with one, so I was like, okay, well, maybe it's not meant for me to do mid-month. And when I went to bed that night, and I rewatched it again before I went to bed, and it was late by this time. It's like, and this was in the AMs when she did this reading, by the way. It was like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, something like that. And I didn't get to sleep till like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. But anyways, because I rewatched it again, I had a conversation with the second person. It was a guy. She did a reading for him, and he felt my energy. I felt his energy in his reading. I really need to go back and watch his because I was in and out of his, but I felt spiritually connected to him as well. He felt it to me. We had a conversation after um, the live reading, and it just continued. But anyways, it was just awesome. It was really awesome. So I definitely recommend her. But that night I was getting ready for bed, or morning, AM rather, and finally getting ready for bed. And it came to me to do a live coaching session today, right now, on breaking generational curses. I don't usually like to say curses. I usually like to say cycles or patterns. So somehow that must relate to that message. I don't remember her using these words or the message correlating this way, but I know it all, everything in my life connects. So if it doesn't make sense to me now, it will at some point. Everything connects. But anyways, I was led to do that. Okay, so that's why I'm here. So let's begin. Life coaching session number 18, and hopefully my number is right. I'm pretty sure it is. And once again, it's called Breaking Generational Curses, Patterns, and Cycles. And let's talk about what a generational curse is. Like I said, I don't really like to say curses, but I think more people are used to curse. I usually say cycles or patterns. So basically, these are patterns or character traits or some type of experience that you've seen, or it may just be in your bloodline. So maybe you've seen your parents do this, or this could be even before your time. You know, maybe your parents say, oh, well, you're stubborn, just like your great great aunt or your great aunt or your great grandmother, your great grandfather, something like that. But it's breaking negative cycles is what this is about. And this is what I'm going to help you guys with in this life coaching session. But a generational curse really is a habit, something that's negative, a negative habit, something that's not good, and it's time to break it. Okay, so maybe you've seen things demonstrated by your parents or your grandparents or their grandparents if you're lucky to and blessed to see your greats, but you've seen a pattern that repeated, or it's something that you're doing now, or it was something that you know wasn't good and it runs in the family line. So maybe there's a lot of drug addicts in the family, or a lot of alcoholics in the family, or a lot of people that like to shout and scream when they should be having respectful conversations. Whatever these negative, um, destructive habits or patterns are, that needs to be broken. So that's what a generational curse, when you see a pattern repeated that is negative, basically. Okay, so today I want you guys to know it's not good to commit the same sins over again. And if you look at your life, you will see that things do repeat when things are not stopped in its tracks. So don't commit the same sins of your forefathers, of your greats, of your ancestors, of your family and your parents, even a partner today. That's what this is about. So we're breaking generational curses. We don't want to follow negative things. We want to follow what's good and what's righteous. All right. So let's start with this one. I did not number my cards, but I will. And usually I do, but for some reason I felt like I didn't need to number these. But anyways, my first card says, don't repeat toxic behaviors. And this is by your pattern. I'm sorry. Don't repeat toxic behaviors. This could be a parent who had these toxic behaviors, or a partner. It could even be a friend. I specifically wrote this for parents. This is for anybody to take the message, but I had the word parents in mind. Like, don't copy your parents if they engaged in smoking, too much alcohol, overeating, promiscuity, um, overworking, over worrying, people who use social media in a negative manner or use technology too much and to where it becomes toxic. So it could be drugs, drinking, like I said, whatever, smoking. Um, don't become that. So if you grew up and your parent was absent, we hear this a lot, too many. You know, my father didn't raise me, or my mother was never around. That was not my case. My parents were there, and I thank God that they were. But we even have, some things we need to change within our own family, and I've definitely gone through this. So this is why I can help you guys through this. And it's ongoing. It's always ongoing, really. But if you had a parent who was absent, so many girls grow up without a father present. And let me tell you something, it hurts. I've seen this happen because I have friends who experienced this. I lived in a neighborhood where it was rare that my parents were at home with me, and I saw too many homes that only had a mother around. Sometimes I've seen homes they didn't even have a mother or a father. This child raised himself pretty much. But anyways, and he did a good job too, by the way. I mean, his mother checked in, but I never saw her. I know them, I know him, but I don't remember her at all. So it's interesting. But there are too many absent parents. Some parents are there and they're not even giving their kids the affection they need. They're not giving their kids the time of day to speak. They lack in communication. So whatever your parent lacked in, it's time to change that. To be present, to be affectionate, to be attentive, to increase communication, to have family meetings. This is the way to go. Communication needs to conclude with positive solutions or a positive solution. Okay? So whatever you missed growing up, or you said to yourself when you were 5 or 10 or 15, I'm never going to do that to my kids, or I'm never going to say that to my kids. Remember that when you have kids, and even before you have them, so that you can implement positive change and positive behaviors. Okay? So you can actually instill that in your kids too. Be the change you want to see, basically. Okay? Don't repeat toxic things, because that's how it becomes a cycle. It's repetitive. It's repeating that negative pattern. Okay? Whatever that is, don't repeat it. Okay? That's huge. Okay. And a lot of us need to heal inner childhood wounds. This is my next card. And this is so important because a lot of people move on in life, but they haven't really moved on because they're still healing or in need of healing because they never healed. So address how you feel, and you need to speak up. Don't be silent till someone helps. Keep speaking. If there's incest in the family, if there's some type of abuse in the family, if there's some type of negative behavior that you know in your soul is not right, feels wrong, it is wrong. Keep asking for help until God sends somebody. Ask, 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 speak. Let your voice be heard and address how you feel. This doesn't feel right. This feels inappropriate. This doesn't, address that within yourself and speak up until you get the help, and don't stop. And if you are an adult who did not heal a childhood wound or a childhood trauma, it doesn't go anywhere. You may need to talk to a therapist or get help from some type of medical professional or something in that nature. You may need a life coach to help you get through that. Number one, always go to God. As a spiritual life coach, you guys know that's what I'm always going to tell you. And that is the truth. God is the truth. He is the light. And he will send helpers. Some people just need to vent. Some people just need a session of just getting it off your chest, or speaking to that person and letting them know what they did to you and how you overcame it. Sometimes you just need to be heard. Speaking and words have a lot of power. Okay? My next card says no abuse. Don't tolerate any type of abuse. It could be verbal, it could be physical, it could be emotional. Do not tolerate it. Do not get used to tolerating it. Any abuse of any kind is never okay. It is not okay. I cannot stress that enough. End that relationship or partnership, whether it's a spouse, whether it's a parent. Do not tolerate abuse. Stand up for yourself by speaking for yourself, even against family. Just because you're blood related, it doesn't mean that it's okay for somebody to misuse you and mistreat you. Just because that's your partner, your spouse, your husband, your wife, it does not make it okay for her to talk to you like you're nothing. It doesn't make it okay for him to put his hands on you, and vice versa. It's not okay. Stand up and do something about it. A lot of times you may have to leave and show this person, I don't tolerate that. And do not wait. Don't wait months and years till you've been beaten and bruised and battered and mistreated and tortured. And do not wait. End it at the gate, at the starting point, so that they can learn a lesson that, hey, I'm not the one to try. You don't get to talk to me that way. You don't get to treat me that way. I don't tolerate that from anybody. Do not tolerate abuse at all, ever, period. In life, there's something we all need to learn to do, and this is agree to disagree. We have all probably experienced an argument or disagreement with somebody, and it's okay to disagree respectfully. But when it gets to the point where we're yelling to the top of our lungs, to the point where you're losing your voice, it's making you sick, you're coughing, you're choking, it will make you sick. Yelling does not help. Stop arguing with people. Talk to people with respect. If you get to a point where they still feel how they feel, you still feel how you feel, you're not going to change their mind, they're not going to change your mind. Understand this: some people lack understanding and compassion. Sometimes you have to just draw a line in the sand and say, okay, you feel how you feel, I feel how I feel. Fine. Agree to disagree. It doesn't make it okay. It doesn't mean I see your side or agree with your side or you mine. But it means you feel how you feel, I feel how I feel. Leave it there. Next topic, next situation. It doesn't have to get to a point where we don't like each other, we can't stand each other because we disagree. Sometimes you need to agree to disagree. And this is even with friendships too. That can happen. All right. The next card says health check. So this is important, you guys, because a lot of times people are not asking themselves, hey, how am I feeling today? Or am I feeling off? Why? What's going on with me? Talk to yourself. Ask yourself how you're feeling. Connect with your feelings and your emotions. Do not neglect yourself or your family, okay? Or your loved ones. Okay, mental illness is real. Sadness is real. Depression is real. We have feelings. They're real. We're supposed to feel. If we weren't meant to feel, we wouldn't have feelings and emotions. We're supposed to feel. Okay. We also have tear ducts so that we can cry. We also have other ways to alleviate pain in the positive way. Okay. And that's what you want to do. You can go exercise. You can go talk it through with somebody and come up with a solution. You can go do something positive for yourself or for somebody else. Um, but mental illness is real. We know that. And it's important to also take care of your physical health, not just your mental, but your physical too. Exercising, eating healthier, um, breaking generational curses. Like if your family always ate fried foods or foods that were unhealthy, it's time for you to implement healthier practices into your life so that you don't become obese or sick or overweight to the point where you start to get illnesses because your weight is so far over the amount you're becoming obese, or you can get sick, you can die from different things like this. So you need to take care of your mental and your physical health. Okay. And if you need a professional, reach out, get one. Do not just suffer in silence. There is help. Everybody needs help, whether it's from a life coach, whether it's from, like I said, getting a therapist, a pastor, somebody. Reach out. Sometimes you can just help yourself. You can research what you need, get what you need, help yourself. That's fine as long as you get it. Sometimes help comes from a listening ear, from a best friend or a partner or even a parent. Maybe you just need to be heard. Okay, get what you need. That's what it's there for. Okay, the next card says set up kids for success. Set your kids up for success. Think back to what you wish your parents would have done for you when you graduated high school, or even before high school. Maybe there was something you needed in middle school you didn't get. So it's not just financial, it's also work related. Maybe you need a parent to teach you how to do a resume. Maybe you didn't learn that in school. I'm sorry, you guys, if you guys see a glare. I'm seeing a glare here, so I don't know what to really do about it, but okay, maybe that helps it. I don't want this too close though. Okay, hopefully that helps with the glare. I just noticed it. But anyways, maybe you'll start that college fund and be the first person in the family to start that college fund for your kids, or a checking account or a savings account when they're in high school or middle school, or even if they're in elementary school. That's even better. Maybe you'll teach your kids how to write a recommendation letter, or how to write a letter, of termination if you're going to leave a job or something like that. So um, teach your kids and instill in them what you wish you would have been, would have learned or been taught. Okay. Because I see this a lot. Kids get out here into the real world, and I say kids, even though they're probably in their 20s, but they get out here and there's so much they don't know. They still need a lot of help and guidance. That's why a parent is always a parent. So to break the generational cycle of not preparing your child, you be the person that does prepare, not just your child, but yourself too. What to do if you lose a job. Let's say you were laid off, the job downsized or something like that. It was no fault of your own. Or even if you got fired, do they know that they can go to EDD and different avenues of how to get money if they're in a bind, or how to get a loan from, a bank or something. They need these skills. So prepare your kids for success. Okay. And the next card says, listen to logic. Oftentimes, people tell you over and over again, I wish you would communicate better, or I wish you would do this, or you don't know how to do this and that, whatever it is. Check yourself and say, oh my goodness, people keep telling me I need to communicate better, or I don't listen enough, or they can't understand me. I need to be more clear. So a lot of times people lash out and they just get mad. No, you just don't understand. No, you just don't understand. Everybody needs to check themselves, because it could go both ways. Maybe they're not listening well, and maybe you're not communicating well. It could be a problem on both ends. So listen to logic. If somebody is repeating information about you, stop and say, hey, maybe I can do something a little bit differently that would help. Okay. And that's going to help not just you at work, but at home and in your relationships and in your family. Okay. Check yourself. Check in with you like, maybe I didn't communicate that clearly. Or maybe I didn't say it in a way where people can understand. Maybe I only understood it. So you may have to change your lingo or change the way you phrase something or worded something. All right. Also, don't block blessings. So many of us have learned to become independent and self-sufficient and self-reliant, which is awesome. That's amazing. Okay, but just remember, don't be so independent to where you feel like you don't need help. We all need help with something. Remember to say yes. Somebody may say, you know what? I see that you're stressed. Let me take the kids to the park today. You do it every week. Or let me take the kids to school this morning. Say yes. Sometimes you get so caught up. No, I got it. And I know you got it. But you know what? You deserve a break too. Give yourself a break. Don't block blessings. Don't get in your way. If somebody's willing to help you and this person is reliable and you do trust this person, let somebody help you. You deserve it. It's okay to say yes sometimes too. It's just a reminder. Okay, and let's get to the last card. Oh, we made it to the last one. I put the cure. Okay, and these are easy cures, you guys. So some of the cures to break generational cycles and curses and patterns is number one, have faith. Okay, have faith in God. Believe in yourself, but it all starts with spirituality first. You have to have that close relationship with God. Go to God for everything, not some things, everything, when you're up, down, and in between. And also remember this, be honest with yourself. Okay, be honest. What do you need that you're not getting? Okay, what do you wish would be changed? Okay, all right. Some of you do need to go to a professional, and this could be a pastor, this could be your church priest, or you may need to call a helpline. You may need to talk to a healthcare worker or a financial advisor, a spiritual life coach, or just a life coach or relationship coach. You may need to talk to a therapist or somebody to help you along the way. Maybe even a counselor, college counselor. It can also, educational and spiritual, and there's various kinds of help to get. Okay, reach out, and believe it or not, a lot of places are free. So reach out um, till you get the help that you need. Okay, and some things you can do on your own. You can just do some research, or just go to your Bible, go to God, and pray, talk to your angels. You'll get your answers quickly. Some answers come slower, some are faster, some are in signs and synchronicities. You may miss what they are, but if you keep seeking help, it will come. I believe that. And definitely, last but not least, but implement changes. These are very simple cures, but the effort and the work is where you will see the results. Okay, you have to put the work in. You cannot stay stagnant with thinking you want this and I want that and I don't want this to happen again and I'm not going to be that. You can say it and think it, but you also have to believe it and actually take action and do it. You have to be a doer. Okay, if you grew up and you lived in poverty and you thank your parents for everything that they were able to do for you, but maybe you want to give your kids a better life. So it may be important to get on birth control, or better yet, go God's way and stay abstinent until you're married and do things right. Set that foundation so that you and your spouse have careers first. Make sure that you guys, have your spirituality in check. Make sure that you guys have a home first, and some backup money. Whatever it is, take action. Write a list. Think it out, speak it out, and get to work and do it, because it's not going to get done by just thinking it. You have to actually put it to work and get busy on it. So look at your family. Take a real good look at what you don't like. Do not take what you saw and do it to the next generation. I've seen a lot of movies where people say, I became my father or I became my mother in that moment, in a moment that they never wanted to see again. They didn't like it when it happened to them. They didn't like what was said to them or how they were treated, and they did their kid the same way. Don't do that if it's negative. Okay? Don't do that. Be better. That's what life is about, being the best person, the best you that you can be. Okay? It starts with God. It starts with spirit. Check yourself and be honest with yourself. Look at the patterns. You can't fix what you don't know. And by nature, if this is something your ancestors did and it was passed down to your great grandmothers, your great grandfathers, and they passed it down to you, and you're like, I don't like how this feels. Change it. Don't continue it. Because if you didn't like it, most likely your kids won't like it. And if you don't stop it and change it, they're going to repeat it. And that's how it becomes a cycle and a pattern and a curse, because it traveled. Nobody said, okay, enough is enough. We're not doing this. We're not going to be alcoholics. We're not going to continue bad behaviors. We're not going to continue abuse in the family. We're not going to continue being silent when we need to speak up. We're not going to continue letting bullies just mistreat us and just, we're going to pay them the money. No, we're not going to pay them the money to go away. We're going to end it in a positive way. Okay? Even if it means, okay, we're going to confront them. We're going to sit down with their parents. We're going to do it the positive way, the right way. Something's going to be done. Even if I have to move my child out of this school, I'm going to make sure they understand that they stood up for themselves first. We went to principals. We went to teachers. Okay, that didn't work. We tried something else. But whatever the situation is that you saw in your family that you know was toxic, negative, it was destructive, that habit must be broken, or you're going to carry that. And it will come out. And it will come out on somebody else who don't deserve it. You didn't deserve it. So make sure you're better, not just for the next, but for yourself too. Okay? All right, you guys. I'm wishing you guys so much love and light. This was life coaching session number 18. Break generational curses, patterns, and cycles. Do it. It's worth it. I promise you, it's worth it. And you all can do it. We're all capable of it. And it feels good to do it. Okay? It feels good to do. I was the first in my family to get a master's degree, and I want to continue that and continue the good cycles. You know, there's a lot of people in my family with degrees. That's amazing. I love that. So I want to keep that instilled and going for the next generations, that we worked hard. We valued education. You know, being a professional, being somebody who's prepared for life. Prepare your kids. Pass down the good stuff. Don't pass down the negative stuff. Okay? Change it, so that everybody in every generation can be better and better and better. That means they're going to go farther. They're going to leave an amazing legacy behind, and that's what you want. Okay, that's what you should want. So, you know, in this life, time goes by really fast, you guys. Get done what you can get done. All you can do is your best and be you. Be the best you. And anybody who says, you know, I'm just stuck in my ways, I'm not going to change, it's because that person doesn't want to change. If they haven't even tried or attempted, how do they know if they won't change? You will change if you do the work. And they'll also see how people change dealing with them. You will invite more loving people to you when you change for the better. Because the people who are not on your level, they're not going to stay around you, because they cannot. They cannot even handle your light. You're going to attract a lot of people when you put out a beautiful spirit and light. Put your best foot forward, you guys. That's what I'm saying. All right. I hope this message helps as many people as possible. I wish you guys love and light, blessings, infinite joy, and yeah, break those generational curses. Bye, y'all.